This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of April 1st, 2024. We're in the week between eclipses. Anything can happen. This is an incredibly chaotic time. Life is volatile. People are volatile. Situations are volatile. Things happen seemingly out of the blue, although if you think about them, maybe they're not really surprises. Everything is up in the air. And let's add to it that Mercury goes retrograde on April 1st in Aries. Mercury direct in Aries isn't particularly prone to thinking or waiting or considering the impact of words or actions. It's very self-actualizing and impetuous, and when it's retrograde, especially when it's stationing retrograde, this only adds to the volatility and the unexpectedness of thoughts and very emotional utterances that you will hear flying out of your mouth and definitely encounter flying right at you. We have a preponderance of energy in Aries right now, hot-headed, probably an understatement, as we're building toward next week's solar eclipse with a completely Aries-dominated sky. This particular retrograde is kicked off with a lot of discomfort from Neptune, as if we needed any help, aggravating the general what is happening feeling of a retrograde. It is probable that you will encounter something that doesn't quite make sense and that nags at you. And this may be part of what your retrograde journey ends up focusing on. There's also a strong element of discomfort with other people, with specific relationships. We're still dealing with all of the relationship sorting and reorganizing that's going on with the Aries-Libra eclipses. Some issue also of how much you're in control of yourself, how much autonomy or authority that you have, probably something nagging at you to suit up and just deal with a situation. And all of this is eating at us as the retrograde starts to move backward. Mercury is retrograde until the 25th. The entire retrograde is in the sign of Aries. Aggression, impatience, frustration, all will factor in the misunderstandings and the conversations that we have. It could be that we have a couple of weeks of people yelling at each other rather than actually talking. On the plus side, you will have the gumption, the courage, the foolhardiness, the brazenness to jump back into some situations, clear them up, deal with them. You'll have the nerve to readdress some things that maybe didn't get finished or left situations with a not entirely pleasant taste. Now, this is not just people running around screaming angrily at each other this week. Venus, the goddess of love, the ruler of everything we value, is nearing the end of her time in all-connecting, poetic, magical Pisces, and on the 5th, she merges with Neptune, ruler of Pisces. This could be an absolutely beautiful day of seeing God everywhere you look, of being incredibly tender-hearted and forgiving and understanding. It's a terrific pair for creativity, not so much in the producing a bunch of work, but getting inspiration. do allow yourself to kick back some as we get to the weekend and to take some quiet time. Go out, look at the sunset, be with animals, choose who you are with, and actually express and experience love. Not gooey Hallmark Channel level love. This is more all's right with the world, and I'm glad I'm here and you're here and we are all together kind of love. And then Venus joins the Aries lineup. On the 6th, Venus enters Huntress mode. She enters warrior mode. Venus in Aries is Wonder Woman. It's every fighter goddess you can imagine. This is, I am not waiting for anyone to go do what I need out of my way. I'm going after what I want, pouncing on it, loving the chase, loving the fight, loving the hunt. Now, she'll still have the recent memory of that merging with Neptune when she makes this switch. So unlikely that everyone is going to just start going for each other's throats. We will all have a memory of that gentleness and kindness as we very boldly go after what we want. So we're in for a highly active week, a week with situations bugging us, a week with little voices in our heads, little discomforts in our cells, nudging us into dealing with a few things. The probability of a moment of peak magic on the 5th, and then everyone going after what they really, really want, fearlessly, boldly, unapologetically, hurtling us toward the massive reset that will be the Aries new moon solar eclipse coming next week on the 8th. Homing thought of the week: speak up. Song of the week, I've got two: Jump by Van Halen and Picture to Burn by Taylor Swift. And the image of the week is Diana, the goddess. You'll learn more about this in my guide to Mercury retrograde at Om Times, and my forecasts for the month of April and the Aries new moon solar eclipse, both of which are at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years experience. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I'm really grateful to the people who support my work there. I host the show Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio and TV on the first and third Monday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. And this week, my guest is someone whose work is probably not known to you, at least not here in the United States. And I think you will find this very, very interesting. Alexandra Sorgenicht, who is a German author and the founder of an Institute for Intuition Training in Cologne, Germany, who will be talking about the very practical ways she has developed for people to make friends with and use their intuition. And on Tuesday, April 2nd, I am talking about the astrology of current events on Annette Dion's Spirit Talk podcast on her YouTube channel. Look for the link in the description. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern. I also host lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited and in the group the Astro-Insight Lounge. I post on Instagram and Threads at K.A. Biehl and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel. Talk to you next week.